ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य कलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 31. Verse number 1. So this is the third chapter of Rasa Panchadhyayi, and it is called Gopi Gita. Gopis, they searched for Sri Krishna in the forest and could not find him, but they found Srimati Radharani, and then they all searched together and reached deep forest, and from there they decided to come back. So it implies that If you want Krishna, then you have to work for that. That is the meaning. But it also implies that simply because you have to work or you have to do sadhana does not mean that you will find him. So he is available only when he decides. Yameva shabrunute teina labhya. So only when he chooses to show himself to somebody, to manifest himself, then he appears. So we have to make our effort, but he comes by his grace.
What's the shloka again?
Shloka number 1. That is from Upanishad. It's from the Upanishad.
When he only reveals himself when he wants.
Yeah.
What's the first couple of Sanskrit?
Yameva esha vrunute teina labhya. So, therefore they came back and then they sang, which means we can only call for him in a humble mood, as we will see, and then it's up to him if he manifests, if he appears or not. But that should be the mood of a devotee. That's what is the implied meaning here. So they came to the bank of Yamuna, as we read, because Yamuna is also considered as manifestation of bhakti. Ganga is manifestation of knowledge. Gyan Bhakti, they both meet at Allahabad. And then comes Saraswati underneath in the form of speech. Then you can talk. So if you want to talk, you have to have knowledge, you have to have bhakti. So that is the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. So they came to the bank of Yamuna because that is the place to search for Krishna in bhakti. In Bhāgavatam Mahatmya it is described that Bhakti Devi was at the bank of Yamuna. That's where Narada saw her crying. She had 2 sons, Jnana and Vairagya, who were lying down on the ground on the bank of Yamuna, and they were emaciated and fainted, and she was trying to revive them, but was not successful. That's when Bhāgavatam was brought. So it is by Bhāgavatam that Jnana and Vairagya become revived. So Dhanyam Vrindavanam Yatra Bhakti Nrityati Yatra. So this Vrindavan is fortunate where Bhakti dances. So they sing, and there are 19 slokas, and they are not sung by all of them together, but in 19 different moods or 19 groups which are speaking their heart out of love, out of separation. They are pouring out their feelings in these 19 slokas. So Gopya Uchuhu, the gopis, they sang. So generally you sing when you are in a happy mood, and when you are not in a happy mood you cry. But gopis crying is also song. So they are crying in separation for Krishna, but that is a song. Because in Vrindavan, every step is a dance, every word is a song. Yes, Katha Ganam, Natyam, Chabanam. So therefore they are crying, they are wailing. They are actually wailing in separation, but it becomes a song. So it is very beautiful song in Indira Chanda, in the meter, and it has so many different meanings. Different commentators have explained these verses in so many different ways, and in future more commentaries can come, because who can understand the meaning of their statement? As you will see that all the commentators, they pray for the grace of gopis to understand the meaning of their words. Only Krishna can understand, because they are so much full of love and we have no experience of it. So what is our qualification to understand what they are trying to say? For us it is a foreign language of which we are not familiar. So with the grace of the commentators, we can get some glimpse into the mood, the bhav of the gopis. So that is our good fortune that we have these commentaries available. So gopis sang, Jayati tedhikam janmana vraja Shrayata indira sasvadatrahi Daita drishyatam dikshutavaka Tvai dhrita savastvam vichinvate. So they are saying Jayati, the first word used is Jayati. So this means being glorious, being victorious, and this is in present tense, so it signifies eternally glorious, eternally prosperous, eternally victorious is Vraja. So Vrajaha Jayati, that is the meaning. So this is also signifies auspiciousness. When you start something, you do Mangalacharan. So the word Jayati also is indicative of auspiciousness. Like we said Jaya Jaya. So like that Jayati. So Jayati te adhikam. Te means Tava, Sri Krishna. Janmana, by your birth. Says by your birth, because Krishna does not take birth, but still he does his Leela. So he says by your pastime of appearing here, Vraja has become more auspicious, more prosperous. It is always victorious, but it has become more by your appearance. Means we have Vrindavan Dham, and there are 3 manifestations of it. There is Aprakat Vrindavan, which is not manifest to our eyes, which is not manifest to the eyes of people in general. Then there is Prakat Vrindavan, which manifests when Krishna appears here. And there is Bhaum Vrindavan. That is Vrindavan which is available to our eyes now. So all 3 are one, but still they are 3 manifestations and they have some speciality, although it is one. So Vrindavan, Vraja is Vraja always, but now it has become more glorious by your birth. And how is it? How do you know that it has become more glorious? It says, Shrayate Indira Shashvadatrahi. So Indira is name for Lakshmi Devi. That Lakshmi has taken shelter here. And Kartrigami Kriyafale. Now we just finished Karak Prakaranam in Harinamamrit Vyakaran, that when the result goes to the Karta, it takes Atmanepada. So Shrayate is Shriyas Sevayam Dhatu, it is Ubhapadi. It can be in Parapada Shrayati and also Shrayate. So Atmanepada is being used here because in Vaikuntha, in everywhere, in all other places, people take shelter of Lakshmi for their benefit. And Lakshmi blesses people for their good. But here Lakshmi is coming for her benefit. Therefore Atmanepada. Shrayate Indira Shashvadatrihi. And she is forever here. Shrayate also means does service. So take shelter and also doing service, both meanings come from Shrayate. Means in Vraja there is always opulence. Even if it is not appearing externally, or the opulence of Vraja is not just this material opulence. So it is never bereft of Lakshmi. Lakshmi also signifies prosperity and auspiciousness. Lakshmi means inauspiciousness. So everything is auspicious here and always like that. Shashvad. Atra means in this place, in Vraja. And he means certainly. There is no doubt about this. So they are now saying Daita Drishyatam. He says, "Oh beloved, just see us." Why? Because look, this Vraja is where even Lakshmi is taking shelter, where Lakshmi does not want to leave. So how great is this? Everybody wants Lakshmi. But in this place we are the only one who are unhappy because we don't see you. So see us how we are suffering because we are your beloveds and you are not available to us. Dikshu tavaka tvai dhritashavas tvam vichinvate. So tvam vichinvate, dikshu vichinvate. We are searching for you in all directions. Dikshu. Who are we? We are Tavaka. We belong to you. So this is their identity. They are not thinking that they are independent. They are not thinking that, okay, we meet you and then we go home. No, we are yours. So this is how a devotee should feel, that we belong to Krishna and Krishna belongs to us. And if we can understand this, gyatva mam shantim apnoti, then all problems are solved. But because we think we are independent, although we say we are surrendered, we are devotee of Krishna, but we don't have Shraddha in that. We speak like that, but inside we don't have that firm trust, that nishtha is not there. So then we get anxiety, problems, suffering. And whenever you have that feeling of prithak bhav, thinking yourself as independent, then you are making sure that you suffer. No one can avoid it, no one can stop it, and no one can make you happy. So, martyo mrityu bhayat palayate. So, the living being is running here and there. Mrityu bhayat, fear of death. Fear of death means fear of losing. You're all the time losing something. Whatever you have, you are losing it, including your teeth. Right? We think that these teeth are ours, but the teeth also leave you. Right? And still we do not realize that gradually we are losing everything. At least when teeth fall down, we should realize this fact, because they are very firm inside our mouth. So everything is leaving us. And we are trying to hold on to it, but you cannot hold on to it. So the only thing which we should hold on to is Sri Krishna. This Braj Dham, devotion, bhakti, Vaishnavas, Guru. That is what we should hold on to, because that is a stable thing. You are trying to hold on to something which itself is temporary. Tomorrow you will not find it. You know that joke I told, that there was one guy, he went to buy something in the market. So he bought something for 50 rupees and he gave 100 rupees note to the shopkeeper. He was a small shopkeeper. So he didn't have the change to give him back. So I said, no, you come back tomorrow, I'll give you. So next day he went, he was buying vegetable, but now he goes to the tailor shop and he says, give me my 50 rupees back. So the tailor guy looks at him and says, "Lift 50 rupees. He says, yesterday I came and I bought vegetables from you. He says, but how? Why? You must be in a wrong place. He says, no, I'm not in a wrong place. Look at that bull. You see, in India the cows and bulls sit on the road. He says, yesterday the bull was sitting in front of your shop. He says, come on, this is not a vegetable shop, you can see. He says, you are so clever, you even change your shop. Just for 50 rupees. He says, come on, you change your business for 50 rupees. So now if you depend on bull sitting as a mark, then you are in trouble. You know? So the material relations, material objects, material things are like that. You know, they're like the bull. Today the bull is sitting here, tomorrow he can sit there. What is the problem? So it is Krishna who is stable. He was God, he is God, he will always be God. He is there, he was there, he will be there. He is not changing. He is unchanging. So therefore they are saying Tavaka, that we are yours. So that is the message for us from gopis, that accept Krishna. And Tvai Dhritasava. So we put our life into so many things. Right? We are saying, you are my life. You are my life and soul. So that is all problematic statement. So it says that you are the holder of our life. Dhrita asava means, Dhrita asava. Asava also means drink, like a cup. But here it means life here, asu. Asu, asava. Dhrita asava. Of course you can say Dhrita asava. Means that without you we cannot live. That's how a devotee is. That shows their non-independent nature. Just like we cannot live without our life air. You know the story in, I think it is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where there was all the senses, they were trying to tell how great they are. So then said, let's figure out who is supreme among us. The eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, everybody. So the eye is left from the body. Body still continues. So I wandered here and there, after a few months came back. The guy is still living. So he said, okay. And then the nose left. Okay, you cannot smell, that's so what. So like that, one by one all the senses left, nothing happened. Finally the life air said, okay, now I leave. So when the life air left, then all the senses started running behind. He says, where are you going? We cannot live without you. So that life air, they say, that our life here is not in our body, it is in you. Means you are our life, which means that we are meant only to serve you. And that's why they are searching for Him, so that they can do service to Him. They are not searching for their own sake. They are saying, why are you wandering in the forest? Come here. Nice place, nice moonlight. And moonlight is reminding them, because moonlight also acts as a uddipana vibhava for the prema. It's an excitant for love. The nice cool breeze from Yamuna. So this is heightening their feelings of love. So that is the sloka. Let's read the commentary. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti, Pad Sarartha Darshan. Ekatrinshe prema madhu स्वरतालादि सौरभा गोपी गीतांबुज श्रेणी कृष्णाल्याकर्षणी बभौ. So he says that the row of flowers of the songs of the gopis, because there are these 19 slokas which are like 19 songs. So this is like ambuja flowers of Gopi Gita. And these flowers, lotus flowers, ambuja shreni, the row of lotus flowers in the form of these 19 slokas, they are prema madhu swara taladi saurabha. They are having the fragrance in the form of honey of love, and the swara and tala, the notes and the beats. So fragrance in the form of the notes and beats and the honey of love. That's what the flower, lotus flower has. And therefore it became as an attractor of the bee of Krishna. Krishna Ali also means black bee, and it also means Krishna himself, because after hearing this song he will come there. So it is as if these 19 slokas are like 19 lotus flowers which are very fragrant, and the bee is attracted to the pollen and the fragrance. So Krishna will come. So that's how he explains. He says this is what is being explained in this 31st chapter. Sanatanebhya swamibhya Shri Gurubhyo namo namaha yaduchishtaeka jivatus cheshte samprati. So he says that I am repeatedly bowing down to Sanatana Goswami, because Sanatana Goswami is the first to write Vaishnava Toshni commentary on 10th Canto in our Sampradaya. That was the first commentary. And then of course before that is Sridhar Swami, and then his Guru. So he says I bow down to all three of them. Why? Because what I am going to explain is only the Uchchishta from them. Yaduchchishta eka jivatu means whatever I am writing is what I have learned from them. That is my sustenance. And cheshte samprati, sham prati. So samprati is now, and sham prati, that I am making an effort so that my mind can remain fixed. So sham also means, according to Krishna, sham is mannishtata buddhe. Shamo mannishtata buddhe, he tells this to Uddhava. Means my mind remains fixed on Krishna, so that I can explain this song here. That's how he prays. Purvam jaguriti uktam tadeva kim iti yataha gopya uchuriti. So in the last sloka of the previous chapter, it was said that samveta jaguh krishnam tadagamana kankshita punah pulinam agatya kalindya krishna bhavana. That gopis returned back to the bank of Yamuna again, and then together they sang, hoping that Krishna will appear by hearing their song. So because there it was said Jagu, they sang, so that is why he says Gopya Uchu, that they spoke. So He Daita, so Daita means beloved, lover, Daya, Dan, Gati, Hinsa, it has many meanings. Dayate iti Daita. Te janmana vrajo jayati. So by your birth, Vraja is glorious. Sambandhi vishesha anuktya sarvebhya eva lokebhya utkarshena vartate ityartha. So they have not said that with whom, from whom. When you say he is victorious, then victorious means victorious over somebody, right? So there are certain words which have a relative word with it. Like if you say son, then it signifies father. If he is a son, he must have a father. If he is a father, he must have a child, daughter or son, whatever. Somebody is a husband, then he must have a wife. So these are relational words. So similarly, it's a relational verb. If you say he is victorious, so then it signifies victory. It naturally asks the question, victorious over whom? So you say he won. Won, what did he win? And from whom did he win? So therefore here in this sloka it is not mentioned that it is victorious over whom. So it says Jayati Sambandhi Vishesha Anuktya Sarvebhya eva lokebhya utkarshena vartate. So then what does it mean? Since nothing is specified here that over whom Vraja is victorious, and because Vraja is a place, so it implies that it is victorious or it is glorious or it is superior to all other places. That is the significance. So means Sarvabhya Jayati. Vakuntha lokepi idrisha tad vyavritti artham ahadikam. So someone say, why, what is so special about Vraja? Vakuntha is also like that. So then the word adhikam is used. Says Jayati adhikam, more than even Vakuntha. Yatha syat tatha iti Vakuntha sarvotkristam eva Vrajastu sarvotkrishtama ityartha. Certainly Vakuntha is superior to all other places. Vakuntha is beyond material world. It is beyond also Siddhaloka, where Siddhas live. So therefore it is superior to all. But Vraja is superior most. It is the supreme. There is nothing beyond that. So therefore the word adhika is used for that. Tallingantram api ahu. How do we know that this is superior than even Vakuntha? Or why are you bringing Vakuntha into the picture? There is no mention here. So he says, well, there is a chinna, there is a mark which indicates that. There is an indicator. that Shrayate Indra Shashvadatrahi, that Indra has taken shelter here forever. So Indira means Mahalakshmi, the goddess of fortune of Vaikuntha. Shashvat Shrayate Sevate, that she forever does service here. So she is also called Shri, means to whom everybody does service. Everybody is doing service for Lakshmi, right? But she does service here. So that's why this is spirit. All the other devas are looking for the grace of Lakshmi. It is by Indra in heaven is Indra because of the grace of opulence from Lakshmi. Otherwise, when he is thrown away, he loses his Lakshmi. So what is a king without wealth? So therefore, she is taking shelter here, or she does service here happily. She doesn't want to leave this place, although she is called Anapayani. So Shrayate Sevate Shriya Sevayam. So Sri Dhatu is in the sense of doing service. Vaikuntha tu Saeva Sevyate. But in Vaikuntha, she is served. And here, she is serving. Ityato Vaikuntadapi Vrajaha Sarva Samriddhi Puneti Bhava. So therefore, they said that Jayati Te Adhikam. That it is Adhika, it is more than Vraja. Evam tadhetuka mahasukha paripurne vrajaye tat prayasya vayameva sarvaloka adrishta shruta charam param asahya dukkham yad anubhavama. But in this vraja where everyone is happy and there is no dearth of anything here, there is no unemployment, right? There is no economic crisis, there is no problem that banks are failing, because Lakshmi is here. Nothing like that. So therefore everybody is complete, paripurna in happiness. You can be incomplete in other things, but they are complete in happiness, not only happiness, maha happiness, maha sukha paripurna. They are absolutely full of supreme joy here in Braja. But your beloved gopis are the only one who are suffering. How is this? The whole Braja is happy, and we who are your beloveds, we are suffering. So Vayameva, only we, nobody else. Because nobody knows that Krishna is here. Everybody is sleeping, it is night time in Braja, cows are taking rest. Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Balram is snoring. He doesn't know that Krishna jumped out of the window. So, and the gopis, they are the only one who are suffering. And what kind of suffering? He says that suffering which has not been seen or even heard by anybody before. That kind of suffering. Means it is beyond description. Forget about seeing. Means no one has suffered this much. Because there is no more suffering than having separation from Krishna. What can be more painful than that? So therefore he says adrishta chara, means which was never seen. All other sufferings are trembling seeing the suffering of the gopis. Remember in one of the prayers of Pranay Geet it came that the suffering, they were trembling by seeing the suffering of the gopis. And my God, somebody can suffer that much. So that's why they are saying adrishta ashrutaya. Forget about seeing, no one even has heard this kind. So param asahya dukkham, supremely intolerable misery. That's what we are undergoing. Yad anubhavama. Tasmat tranam tvam na prarthayamahe. And we who are suffering that much, we are not asking you to protect us from this suffering. See, this is the heart of the gopis. That this type of suffering, this intense suffering which they are undergoing, cannot be experienced by anybody. Anyone else will collapse and die. No one can tolerate this much suffering as they are. They will die. But they are living, and still they are not praying that you please help us, protect our lives. He says, no, we are not praying for that. What are we praying for? Kintu ek varam drishtva svanene safale. He says, make your eyes successful by seeing us once in this state, so that you know what it means to suffer in your love. Atra Vrindavane. So Atra means here in Vrindavan. So he nishchitam eva, certainly, there is no doubt about it. Nobody needs a proof. So drishyatam, he says, please see. And then kim drashtavyam, what is that I have to see? He said, tavaka jana tvam vichinvate. He says, your people are searching for you. So we are your people and we are searching for you. If you belong to him, then why they have to search for him? You search for something that does not belong to you. If it is yours, it is with you. So how is this? He says, katham etavat santapvatyopi eta na vipadyante iti mam sanseshtha iti ma sanseshtha iti aho. So you may think that if we are undergoing this much of suffering, then how is that we are not dead, or we are not fainted, we have not fallen into the ground, we are not taken to the emergency room in the hospital. So how is that you are here on the bank of Yamuna? So he says, do not doubt like this. Why? Tvai dhrita arpita asavo yai. Because we have offered, we have kept our life here in you. And that's why we are not dead. If the life air was in us, we would have died. The life air is kept in you. So that's why we are surviving. Otherwise, life air would not handle this much suffering. So this is the reason. So tvaya eva unmaditai te yadi asmakam asva asmasu eva asthasyan tadateshu virahanal dagdeshu satsu varam etavat kshane mritva sukhanya eva bhavishya. So he says that these life airs have been maddened by you. Remember? They said that you have stolen our life air and therefore we came running. In the first chapter, 29th chapter, we read that Krishna is a thief and he sent his flute to steal, and the flute went and stole and ran. And then gopis ran behind to catch. Says, where is our life? Where is our life? So he says, our life is in you, because you made our life. Yat tvai eva unmadita iste yadi asmakam asma. And if this life was in us, so then it would have died in the fire of separation. and we would have died. And we would have been happy. Now we cannot even die. So that shows that the devotee does not want to die because of his or her own suffering. Sometimes people choose to die when they are old or they are very sick and they have no hope of recovering. So they say, just give me one injection, put me to sleep. Right? So devotees don't want to die like that, they want to do service. So he says, we would have been happy if we would have died if we like, but it is not, because we want to do service to you. Tvai tu svanathe mahasukhinite sukhameva vartante ithi katham asunam sukhe sati deha vipadyanta. He says, now our life years are in you, and you are happy and they are happy, and we are suffering. So it is good that at least you are happy. If you are happy, fine. We'll tolerate, we'll live like this. So then someone says that katham asunam sukhe sati deha vipadyantam iti yatas tav asmad dukh darshanatmakam sukham shashvatikam eva iti bhava. So he says, how is that your life years are happy and bodies are suffering? How can there be such dichotomy? Because life here and body go together. How is that body is suffering and life here is happy? So iti yatas tav asmad dukh darshanatmakam sukham shashvatikam eva. He says that asmad dukh darshanatmakam sukham. He says that you can have the happiness of seeing our suffering eternally, because we will not die. What they are saying is that we will never die. We will continue suffering, and you can be happy eternally, sashvatikam. Because our life here is in you, so you be happy. No problem. एवं अन्येषु अपि श्लोकेषु प्राय क्वचित् क्वचिद् अस्ति तच्च मुक्ताफल टीकाकारे विवृतम्. No, left something. अत्र श्लोके प्रतिपादं द्वितीय अक्षरस्य एकं तथा प्रथम अक्षर सप्तम अक्षरयोश्च. So here it is mentioned that there is some peculiarity of these slokas, and that is that the second letter in every quarter is same. It's like here the Jayati, the second letter is Ya, and then Shrayate is Ya, and Daita is Ya, and Tvai is Ya. So this is one peculiarity of this. All slokas are like that. The second letter will be same in all of them. So Pratipada Dutiyakshara Sekam Tatha Prathamakshar Saptamakshar, and also the first and the seventh is same. Jayati and Janmana Ja, Daita and Dikshu Dada, like that. So all of them will have that. So evam anyeshu api shlokeshu praya kvachit kvachid asti. He says similarly you can also see similar things in other slokas. Tacha muktafal tikakare vivritam. This has been described by the commentator of Muktafal. Muktafal is a book which is written by Bhopdev, and its commentator is Hemadri. So he has described it like that. So this is the end of his commentary. Any question on this? Yeah.
When the gopis say that please fulfill the purpose of your eyes and see us once in the state, are they addressing Krishna here, or are they addressing the readers or listeners of that statement?
Krishna.
I mean, meaning us.
So this is interesting that although Krishna is not present in front of them, but they are singing as if he is there. That's why saying Jayati Te Adhikam. So, which is also in separation, also you have that spurti, that inner awareness. So then that's why they speak as if he is there, although he is not visible to their eyes, but they speak like that. And some commentators explain that although they don't see it, but he is seeing them. He is just hiding behind the bushes. Because we saw that he wanted to see them in separation.
I have two questions. The first question is that they say that our life air is in you. This is in the sense that it's always with him, even when, let's say, when they go back home or something. It's just that this particular separation shows the intensity, just shows it to the readers that it's really with him. Would that be correct? Yeah. And then the second question is that is it known like where they were singing? Like is it like in Vrindavan town or?
That is not known. Okay, Purushottam Prabhu.
Yeah, I just noticed the Mukta for commentary by the Dvitiya Akshara, and looks like they consider the Tantasa and Talaviyasa are the same basically there, because it's Saradudasa and Sadhu Jatasya. So Sha and Sa is considered equal. Same thing in the next verse, Suratanathate Sulkadasika.
Yeah. Malati.
But in other instances, the gopis do not want Krishna to see them in a state of suffering, because that would make Krishna unhappy. So why here do they want him to see them in such a state?
That is a way of saying that you please become manifest in front of us. Because he loves them, and if they say, then he will appear in front of them. And that's what they wanted. So seeing them means that they will also see him. And when they when they see him, then there will be no more suffering. So he will not see them suffering.
Okay.
So this is intelligence. What you want, you don't say that directly. Like you say something as if you want it. Okay. Yeah.
Babaji, I have a question. This last part that mentioned the syllable ya, this part that mentioned in this Mukta Falatika of Upadeva awareness mentioned this ya, there is a meaning behind that, maybe?
No, it just is saying the construct. Because these are slokas, and in Sanskrit there are various rules of the chanda. So it's showing that this is a speciality here.
Okay, because I was thinking that this syllable of the air sound, the syllable that govern the air sound is yam, so is the prana, and they are talking about the life, like how is there. So I was just thinking that.
No, but it's just one example. It's not that in every sloka it is ya. He's only saying that the second is like that. So about this Suratanath and Sulk Dasika, but he is saying about the second, not the first. So second in Saradodasa is Ra, not Sha. And then it is Sarasi. And then Suratanath Te Varada Ra. He's not saying about the first one. He said Pratipad Duti Akshara. In every path the second akshara, the second letter.
Yeah, it's like a rule of poetry in this. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, we'll stop here then because this sloka is long commentary.